What is going on, everybody? It is your boy Desk of Pens, and I am back at it with another video. I am so happy. Oh, I've missed you guys, man. Let me tell you, school is just kind of killing me right now, but it is what it is. So, here's the situation. We have to get a video out and get it out quickly because I need to talk to my people. So, okay, what we're going to be doing is we are going to be talking about the top 5 gel pens, what I think are the best top 5 gel pens, and I'm very excited for that. But first, a quick announcement. I have an Instagram now, and it is just Desk of Pens, kind of like here on the YouTube channel. I am hoping that I will get some people going over and following me on there, because if I can't upload on here on YouTube, then I would, love just to stay in contact by, posting little posts of my favorite, or of not of my favorite pens, but just of my EDCs every day, just to kind of show you guys what I'm writing with, and maybe just to kind of entertain everybody. So yeah, anyway, okay. And so I just wanted to make that little announcement, and now we will get into the rest of the video. So essentially, we have come to a crossroads. We need to ask ourselves a few questions about pens, right? And we have ballpoints and gel pens and roller balls and fountain pens, and they're all really great. But for today's video, we are going to be talking about gel pens, and we have to ask ourselves, why gel pens? Why are they so important? What makes them so interesting, right? And really, I personally have kind of narrowed it down to 3 reasons. 3 reasons why I really love gel pens, why I just genuinely enjoy them. And the first reason is that they are very, very cheap, and granted, there's a lot of ballpoint pens out there that are also fairly cheap. But, there's also a lot of ballpoint pens that are super expensive too, right? And with gel pens, there may be machined pens that are pretty expensive, but gel pens, you can, get a pack of Pilot G2s, or, I don't know, like a pack of, what's a gel pen that I have? Hang on. This isn't on the list, but this is a beautiful Bic, and this is one of these green pens, one of these recyclable pens, right? You could probably get a pack of like 12 of these on Amazon for maybe $10 or something, right? And, one may argue, well, Desk, there can be a lot of ballpoints that are very cheap too, and this is true, but then I would probably counter the argument with the fact that gel pens are also very, very smooth, and granted, ballpoints are very smooth too, but gel pens kind of just have that extra slickness that a lot of people really, really love. And, in this way, they're very similar to fountain pens and roller balls, right? Because they're gel-based, and even though the fountain pens and the roller balls are water-based, gel pens are still fairly close to them. And not only that, but in my experience, there have been a lot of gel pens that I've worked with, like Pilot G2s and, Sharpie S gels, that have done fairly well with highlighter resistance. They tend to hold their form, which is very nice. And, the same can be said about every ballpoint, but the same cannot be said about every fountain pen or every roller ball, depending on the ink that you use, of course, right? But anyway, so that's another reason. They're very, very smooth. And then probably the last reason is they tend to be fairly reliable, which I think is a big, big help. Just in general, I don't have too many gel pens that like freeze up or, run out of ink early or something like that. Like, occasionally, whenever I'm breaking in a refill, I might get a skip, but in my experience, aside from maybe fountain pens and ballpoint, I feel like I get a little bit of skipping from roller balls and gel pens, right? And so, that's something that I think is very, very cool. And another thing is that if you theoretically fall in love with one of these refills, they tend to be fairly compatible with other pens. For instance, I have this beautiful Waterman Careen. This pen right here is about $200, right? But within it is this Pilot G2 in 0.38 millimeter, and this was from the G2 that I had in my last video, the little G2 that was 0.38, And I think it is just really handy and dandy. Like, this is a very, very, very nice rollerball pen right here. And even though I basically turned it into a really hyped up G2, it is just an incredible writing experience, and I just adore that duo. I think they're very, very good. That's a wonderful match. You know, that's just a match made in heaven. It's awesome. And so anyway, so with the monologuing aside, you know, let's just go ahead and get into our list. Now, one quick caveat. When I was making this list, it was really difficult to rank these pens. For first place, I knew which one I liked between all of them in first place. And I'll show this to you, and, you know, I'll even prove it, because I have about, from this gel pen, I have about like 22 gel pens. I have like 22 different variants of this pen that I love very, very much. And it's been a long time coming, but honestly, after like going through a couple of these pens and just really focusing on the writing and refills and all this, like my number one pick, it was well earned, right? But the other ones, a little more difficult, you know, because they're very, very good pens too. And it was kind of tough for me to decide because each one of them has different strengths and weaknesses, and, you know, just like overall value. Like there was a lot that I had to consider here. And so even though I am going to be going from the worst to the best gel pen, just note that like the worst gel pen, it's like, it's still phenomenal. It's very nice. And in fact, its metal bodied version actually won the like best EDC face-off video. And that kind of spoils it a little bit, but we are about to get to it anyway. So in fifth place, we have our very beautiful Zebra Sarasa Dry X10. I have this Sarasa right here, and then I also have the Sarasa Grand. And I had 3 Sarasa Grands at one point, but I gave 2 of them to my wonderful friends who are living in Quebec, and I love them very much. They're great. Anyway, so yeah, so I'm just gonna write right here. Let's see, let me just make sure I got it. Number 5. Oh boy, hang on. Let me just flat. 1 second. Sorry about that. The paper wasn't flat, and so I just wanted to make sure that that we had a nice flat paper so we could, you know, kind of encapsulate the whole experience. So here's our number 5. This is Zebra. That's really smooth. So that there is the Zebra Sarasa Dry X10. Originally I thought it was going to be in 1.0, but instead this is just, it came in 0.7. I personally really enjoy this refill. In fact, in one of my videos, the best EDC pen, the Zebra Sarasa Grand actually ended up winning that shootout. And so, you know, like this right here, I think this body is super, super nice, but one of the things about this video is that I kind of want to give people a nice kind of like cheap alternative to getting like 1 pen for $10, get 12 pens for, you know, however much, right? For, you know, $10 or $15, and it's still overall, you know, much cheaper, right? And so, but anyway, I thought that this was still a really good pen. There are a lot of other Zebra bodies out there that I'm sure if I bought them, I would enjoy them. But in all honesty, I just haven't really engaged with that. I probably need to kind of get a better synopsis on it. But, you know, like in 5th place, we have this Zebra Sarasa Dry, right? So anyway, and then in 4th place, we have our wonderful Uni-ball 207 Plus Plus. And this is a very smooth pen. It is very, very nice. And of all the pens on the list, in terms of smoothness, I feel like this one would be able to compete as one of the smoothest pens on the list. You know, it has very, you know, like low viscosity ink for sure. Well, and you know, then again, it is just a gel pen, right? But overall, a very, very nice pen. Here's the refill right here. I like it. I guess one con to it is that honestly, I'm not the most impressed with the clip here. It's not bad per se, but the more I've looked at it, the more problems I've seemed to kind of find with it. That I've seemed to kind of find with it. There we go. Sorry, I had to fix that sentence. Jeez. But still, a very, very nice pen, and I have to give it credit where credit is due, you know? So, yeah, still super nice, but the other options, I feel, are just a touch better. So, yeah, coming in at third place, we have the beautiful Pentel EnerGel. This is one of the only plastic ones that I have. I have, like, two more of these, and then I have my metal EnerGel, and then I did get these 2 black EnerGels, but they just kept skipping with their refills. I think they were both like factory frauds, or, you know, just some kind of deficiency or something. So it really put me off from Pentel for a long time, because I was like, well, they're so smooth, but they just keep skipping. What's this about, huh? And so, you know, but over time, I have kind of grown to accept them and just kind of realized, like, hey, you know, I probably got some duds. And truth be told, this is a phenomenal gel pen, you know, and some people can't handle the slickness. Personally, like, I do like smooth. Like, I'm not a feedbacky person, but when it's too slick, I'm like, I don't know if I can really do that, you know, and so that's probably the one thing with the EnerGel where, you know, sometimes it feels a little too slick. It's not the most highlighter friendly, and I do rely a lot on highlighters, right? And then on top of that, the body itself, while nice, it's just not quite there compared to our next 2 options, you know. So yeah. But again, still a very smooth pen. Pentel EnerGel. American flag. Got this on the 4th of July, so it makes for a very nice memory. Yeah, now, between these two, I have to say, just objectively speaking, the EnerGel is much, much smoother by far. You know, so credit where credit's due. This is the smoothest gel pen on the list. But again, or well, maybe not the smoothest, but the slickest for sure, you know. So coming in at number 2 is the Pilot G2 Edge. And the reason why I've chosen this one over the regular G2 is because this has a tungsten a tungsten carbide clip, and honestly, I just feel like that's made all the difference for these G2s. And again, it's not just the regular G2, it's the G2 Edge. Like, I find that this one is very, very nice. And not only that, but the fact that the Pilot G2 is compatible with 316 refills, that makes it the most versatile pen on this entire list, right? So theoretically, let's say you prefer the Uni-ball 207++. Well, you know, what is the carpenter motto, right? Measure twice, cut once. You know, you cut down that refill, slide it in here, then boom. That refill is perfectly fitted in a very, very nice pen body, and a pen body that arguably may have one of the best grips out there, you know? And so, I do have its middle variant right now, and it's, you know, this is the G2 Limited. It's nice, but personally, I kind of like just the regular G2. Like, sue me and call me crazy, but that's just kind of how I feel on it, you know? And so, anyway. Yeah. See, I feel like this pen is the one where Pilot really perfected it. Oh, hang on. So I have to give it a ton of respect. And in first place, a pen that I like, both metal and plastic. One where I have a cup of 22 different variants. A pen that, honestly, recently came onto the scene and was just, at first, kind of hated by me because the one I had broke. But then I got the metal S gels when they came out. Oh, dang it. I spoiled it, but yeah, it is the Sharpie S gel. And this is it right here. And honestly, yeah, I love this thing, and there's like a few reasons why. Probably the biggest reason is this grip. I think the grip is just perfect. I really like it. I feel like this grip is very contoured. It, in my opinion, is one of the most ergonomic grips I have ever had. Like, this is one of the most ergonomic grips I have ever held, right? And especially when the Sharpie S Gel metal version came out, this is one of my favorite pens. This is certainly in the top 10. Again, I love this grip. Like, this grip is very nice, but this one is even softer, but it still just has so much nice grip to it, and I have to give it credit, you know? Like, I absolutely love this pen. This is one of my, yeah, this is just, like, chef's kiss. Sharpie, you really knocked it out of the ballpark with all of this, you know? Like, this pen right here just gave me a lot of love for, like, just how smooth the pen can actually be. Yeah. And so I think it's very, very nice. And then the ink itself, while not the smoothest, it's still very reliable, and, you know, it's still smooth enough, right? I mean, it's not like it's not like it skips. It's not like it's rough. It's like it's still a very smooth ink. I guess what I meant to say was it's not necessarily the slickest ink compared to, you know, the Pentel EnerGel or the Uni-ball 207++, but still, for me, yeah. You see, there's just a certain artsiness that comes out whenever I'm writing with the S Gel. It is just really a beautiful, beautiful pen. Yeah, no, this is just one of my all-time favorites, and I will show you the cup of S Gels that I have now. And here is that beautiful S Gel cup. I believe I've counted about 22 of them, yes, with a beautiful Sharpie rollerball. Yeah, I have not reviewed this yet. I will get to it, but right now I just wanted to keep it with all the cousins. So yeah. So that is my wonderful list for us all. I have them all listed out from 5th place up here all the way down to 1st place. Very, very cool. However, before we get back to these 5 guys, I do want to talk about another kind of fun bonus pen that I actually think makes a really good gel pen. You can get this at Staples in a gel form, and it looks exactly like this, but it's going to cost like $20, I think. Or on Amazon, you could like grab it for 10 and get the gel for 5. Either way, like $15 to $20 range, just depending on, you know, how you feel about it. And yeah. But this pen is the Parker Jotter Gel. I like this pen a lot. Now, of course, it's just called the Parker Jotter. It's usually sold as a ballpoint, but if you go on Amazon, if you go into Staples, I know that sometimes with the gold clip, they will sell what's called the Parker Jotter Gel, which is just a jotter with a gel refill, and that is what I got this for. So yeah, technically I own a Jotter Gel, but really it's just a jotter, and I can put whatever ballpoint refills I want to put in there. But honestly, I just feel like this is a really, really nice pen. As you guys know, am not the biggest fan of the Parker ballpoint refill. I've been working with it. I've been trying to kind of warm up to it, but honestly, compared to other refills, it's just a little difficult, right? And like, I'm sorry about that to all my Parker fans who are just in love with, you know, just the Parker Jotter as a ballpoint. I don't mean to hate on you. I don't mean to hate on it. And I don't mean to like give you or it all of this flack. I like it more as a gel pen. I feel like that's where it shines a lot. And yeah, and this gel refill as well, by the way, for all of you who use a Parker style G2 refill, and that is different from a Pilot style G2 refill. I know it's confusing, but still. But yeah, for those of you who use this shape of a refill, it's highlighter resistance, in my experience, pretty good. You know, I usually have to leave it for a day, but then, you know, I go back to highlight my notes, forces me to reread my notes and, you know, recall things, remember things. That's kind of helpful. And so, yeah, yeah. And so this is, you know, overall, this is just a really, really nice pen. I have to appreciate it and respect it and everything. So yeah, this is just kind of the fun bonus pen that I just want to show you guys real quick. So back to it. So yeah, these are the pens. And like I said, it was really tough. Like going from 5 to 2, I just, you know, these are all really good options. The good news here, the bad news is it was kind of hard for me, and that wasn't fun. But the good news is that, you know, I feel like you can't really go wrong with any one of these, you know, because they're all just really phenomenal pens. Of course, if I was going to recommend just one, it would be the Sharpie S-Gel. Hands down, I love it. It's very good. And fun fact, these pens are actually made in the USA. If you look just under the clip there, you can see USA. And I was like, hey, that's cool. I'm like, so Fisher Space Pens has a friend after all. That's awesome. And so, yeah. And so, but anyway, yeah, for me, the Sharpie S-Gel is the winner. Obviously, people have different opinions. Tell me, though, what you guys think about it. Yeah, and overall, you know, and you know, I know I do this a lot, but, you know, we're at 488 subscribers, and again, I just want to thank you guys, and I want to welcome all the new people to the channel. This is really, really fun for me, and yeah, okay. Well, let me know what you guys think down below. Let me know if you think I'm right. Let me know if you think I'm wrong, and yeah, okay. This is Deskopens signing off, and I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day.